Hello and welcome back to part 2 of the Deep Secrets of the Earth. Hope you guys are all doing well today. Let's get getting into this. I'm recording this right after the other one, so everything's kind of fresh in our brains, at least mine are. So let's move forward. We gotta get through the story. The last episode, we learned a lot about the Zero Dawn and what the project all entails.
Intruder! Get her!
Come on, then.
Whatever you do, don't die now.
Wow. Hold on. How'd you dodge that? Oops. Keep on forgetting that the button to hit for that.
For the Radiant Edelman!
Holy crap. I don't like this close combat stuff.
It ain't something broke! Bad! Ah! Can't take another! What else you got? Ah!
Jeez. Let's pick this up and go get the other guy. Oh. That is super loud. Right, we got some mushrooms here. Can we loot this guy? Help picking that fire striker up. All right, let's just pick it up and move it out of the way. Okay, datapad time.
Zero Dawn. It is art, in a way. An expression on the grandest scale. But there is so much unfairness. Why was I chosen? Was it decided by committee? By algorithm? My family will be saved because I happen to graduate in art history? Is this right?
Dr. Sauvé? Christina Sauvé?
Yes? I met a man, another historian. His fields are Bauhaus and the New Materialists. But he once attended one of my talks. Another unfair chance. Of all the many people in that auditorium, that we should both be here now. And yet, I feel more accepting of my fate. No, it is not fair, not at all. But for the sake of my family, for the sake of art. Art is alive. It must be able to speak from beyond history and echo in the future, not perish into oblivion. This opportunity, I must do this.
I hashed it out with them, what the point of Artemis was. I made it clear I wasn't on board for a global zoo. We haven't exactly proved ourselves to be great custodians in the past few thousand years. So the idea of a reconstituted biosphere, well, it's horrifying, isn't it? A complete horror show. We have no right to take a best guess at this stuff. But the alternative? Nothingness. For there to have been all this and then nothing. And with Charles Ronson running the show, I respect him. He's got a passion to him. He's hot-blooded. So I said I'll do it. I'll put my all into this, literally. When the project is done, I'll take the medical option, thank you. Counselor said I might change my mind. I told him that he didn't know me very well then. For life's sake, I'll do the dirty work. But I want no part of this pathetic, attenuated future on offer. I'm an outdoors man. Never did like the feel of solid state lighting on my skin. And a wee bit of a claustrophobe anyway.
Wow.
Now, those lame FBI black hats at Mockingbird back in the day,
Power's down.
I enjoyed
Is there
schooling
another
them.
route?
Oh, come on now.
Maybe I went in too hard on this
Just be
poor.
my focus.
All right, let's go back and replay that. Play.
Now, those lame FBI black hats at Mockingbird. Now, those lame FBI black hats at Mockingbird back in the day, I enjoyed schooling them. But maybe I went in too hard on this poor counselor. She was cute, and just going down a checklist after all. Couldn't expect her to see how ridiculous Zero D's ambitions are. God's own budget thrown at a kid playing with a hologram sculptor? Palms up, honey. I'm just calling it like it is. Hey, look, Mom, I'm making nature. Now, if nature is so important, why not let nature take its course? Extinction? That's natural. Zero dawn? No, ma'am, that ain't. Heck, it's so unnatural to be called an abomination back home, and you know it. That's why you're hiding it. Meanwhile, my little honey of a counselor, she's munching the inside of her cheek. Bad habit. She chewed one of her nails, too, just one. Not your day, was it, little sweet pea? Saw her quota slipping away. Said, I assume you intend to decline the assignment, Mr. Tate. You kidding me? 18 months hard labor in exchange for 30 years lounging around Elysium watching porn? Sign me up.
Holy crap. Ugh.
Need them soon enough.
Uh-oh, we got some more. More of these
Here we go. Another one of these.
doohickeys.
Need to find the right. There's a part missing. Maybe there's a storage area nearby.
Can I keep that?
Hey,
Listen to this.
I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow, he managed to install an H-emitter node backwards. Everything's in reverse. I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes.
Oh,
If you want
okay.
it fixed, send him up to storage for a new emitter, not me. Parker out.
All right, so everything's in reverse. How do I get... I see that I can get up. There. Question is, how do I get up there? Okay, maybe we'll see something once we... So it's left, up, left, down. So it's backwards. So it's going to be... right, down, right, up. Oh no, what did I mess up? Left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, what do I have? So right, down, right, up. Last one should be left. Okay, so I have to get the other side now. Question is, how do I get up? Maybe there's another way out here? No, so it's definitely going to be somewhere in that room. Oh, what do we have here? That's what I need. I don't see... Can I use these to jump on? I'm looking for a ledge to jump to, but I don't see one. Yeah, it's not gonna grab onto any of these ledges here. Alright, let me figure this out. I'll be right back. Okay, I see a crawl space here coming from another room. So I'm thinking I have to find a place to get there. It might be up in this area here. Was there a crawl space anywhere around this side? No, I'm not seeing one. Well, it's gonna be really something simple, I bet. I'm just looking around the rooms. I'm guessing it's gonna be in that room. Right? Not here. We're looking outside here. Gotta open up this door first. Maybe that's what I have to do. Maybe I have to figure... Let's just do the code correctly. Maybe it's just the other side is opposite. And then this will open the door, and then we'll be able to go in there and go up. And then I think it's to the right. Left, up, left, down. Oh, this is wrong.
Done.
Oh, there we go.
I should check the door nearby.
Okay. That's what it was. Ah, silly me. You have attacks. Now, there's the ladder. That makes way more sense. Here's our component.
Found one. Looks intact.
Let's go over here.
That should do the trick.
Okay, now
Now
it
let's
was
get that door open.
backwards. It said. So down, right, up, up, left, left, and then down. Nope. So that hollow is a lie. It's not backwards. Oh no, it's upside. Oh, it's upside down. So you have to read it from the bottom. Okay, so that down would be down. And then this would be to the left. That would be up, which is up. Then to the right. I didn't notice that. A good thing I
That did it.
listened.
Door
Perfect.
should have power.
Now to see what lies beyond it.
Whoa.
Eclipse. They're here.
Avoid contact.
Lines look good.
Gaia. It's up there. Second floor.
Can you reach it?
So much for avoiding contact.
Okay, let's... Oh, crap.
Try to run.
Oh, jeez. Not avoiding contact here. A lot of them here. Get them marked. Can I please? Oh, it's trying to pick up.
Haven't you got anything better to do?
Get a move on and start. Where's that shot from?
Now I just gotta get... I don't see... I can't really see that
Last
one.
said, patience.
Oh, come on, now hit him. There we go.
That's the last of them.
It's not structural failure. Repeat.
Or not.
Oh, come on.
We're getting picked off.
Oh, jeez. Run.
Room's clear. For a moment, anyway.
Get moving. You have to find Gaia.
I know I will. I just gotta get all the loot.
Alert. Area inaccessible. Elevators non-operational. Stairwells have collapsed.
Alright, I gotta make sure that I get all the health I can. I don't like this close combat. It's just seems so restrictive in terms of just like moving. That I kind of freak out a little bit. But we're doing alright. We're alive with it. Alright, we have more data pads.
Hello, I'm Margot Shen, and this is Hephaestus. As the name might tip you off, this is going to be the subordinate function that Gaia will use to make lots and lots of robots. Her personal forge. Except, it's not that simple. So you probably noticed that only about a third of you are robotics engineers. The rest, experts in machine cognition, virtual heuristics, that stuff. Well, that's because we aren't going to be the ones designing and building robots. The last thing we want is to burden Gaia with a bunch of outmoded 21st century designs. Waste of time. Our purpose is to empower Gaia to build the robots, and not just build, imagine, from scratch. Any robot she needs for any conceivable purpose, designed and fabricated at a snap of a finger. Hers. Her finger. So, Hephaestus isn't really the forge. It's more like the knowledge of craft and ingenuity of a mastersmith to wield the hammer. Encoded as software. Virtual creativity made real. Gaia's already learning. In simulations, she's doing some very creative things with fractal assembly and animal morphologies. Her designs aren't about to win the Liam Prize anytime soon, but hey, everyone has to start somewhere. So, yes, time to get started. Let's do this.
I don't get it.
Which part? It's a little technical at places.
If I've seen these shapes before. In cauldrons.
But of course, the birthing places of Gaia's machines.
Full steam ahead. From Elizabeth, Elizabeth, is that how you say it? Sobek to Margot Shen. Full steam ahead. Margot. If I doubted your brilliance in the slightest, I wouldn't have picked you as a not 100% sure. Epicetus? Alpha. I don't know. You need to stop worrying about your age and communication style. You're who you are. Have confidence in yourself. You know what you're doing. Case in point, the latest draft of your plan for the construction of stocking of bootstrap silos to store raw materials is excellent. This combined with your design for an AM foundry core and the foundry site selection plan add up to a comprehensive plan. Time to start some construction. One detail: consult with Aomide Oakleo before you finalize silo inventories. Not even try to pronounce it again. First task will be fabricating the robots that will construct the waveform broadcast towers. Minavara will use the transmitter to transmit the deactivation codes. So any exotic materials needed for the towers should be accounted for in the inventory plan. I guess it's pronounced Hephaestus, something along that lines. So, sorry for butchering it. We came from that direction. We already listened to that hollow. Over here. If I see another hollow pad over there. Oh, what? It's like some type of arm machinery. Oops. Margot Shen to Elizabeth Sobek. Wow. Simulation results. Wow. You weren't kidding about Gaia's predilection for animal morphologies. Sure, not totally unexpected given the rough natural terrain her bots will have to navigate, but I agree that there's something deeper going on here. Her design aren't just functional, they feel almost like, well, tributes is the word that comes to mind, as though she already mourning their loss, and not just from the disappearing fauna of our time, but creatures from the fossil records, or the record too. References to megafauna in some of her designs. So cool. Well, whatever Gaia thinks her Ephitus will emerge her power her to build it. I just wish there was still be around in the centuries or two to see what she makes. Margot. By the way, that's a god's name. I'm not familiar with it. It's the first time I've kind of seen it, so. See any more data pads though. Okay, let's move on. I'm gonna go a little stealthy just in case we do run into more fighting. We'll just load up another arrow. You get that through the glass.
I think this is it. Elizabeth Sobek's office. But it's sealed off. There's got to be more eclipse.
Careful now.
Oh boy. That is why there is the ability to take down the bosses quietly. Wonder if I can shoot through here. Probably not. Let's just get 3 up here.
Welcome to Apollo, the collective memory of the human species and the wellspring of knowledge for future generations. I am Samina Ebaji. Until recently, I was director of the International Collective Memory Institute in New Tehran. As a heritage professional, I devoted my career to the preservation of human knowledge, creative endeavor, and cultural achievement. Apollo is, therefore, the ultimate embodiment of a lifelong passion, albeit under the very worst circumstances imaginable. The challenges before us are immense. Specifically, we will have to design and implement 4 major initiatives simultaneously. First, the construction of data repositories in cradle facilities around the world ensuring redundancy. Second, the collection and processing of a projected 180 million discrete data entries. 42 zettabytes of data in Mandarin, English, Spanish, and Arabic. Third, the transferal and encoding of all that data onto DNA encapsulated in synthetic fossils. The only medium capacious and durable enough to safeguard it without degradation for the centuries to come. And last, but not least, the development of the holographic interface and gamified curricula, by which future humans will commune with Apollo, progressively unlocking heuristic learning modules, leveling up their knowledge and skills they will need to take control of the terraforming system. That is the future towards which all of our efforts will be directed. Not just the preservation of the past, but the seed for the flourishing of a new tree of knowledge. Welcome, and let us begin.
Interesting. Samina is Sobek. Encapsulate DNA. And the winner is Encapsulate DNA. Over the past 10 days, I perform an exhaustive review of data storage solutions, magnetic, optical, quantum, even the Eternity tech that FAS was shilling a year or so ago. But every other solution has one or more fatal shortcomings. Too heavy to transport, too massive to install in a allotted space, too power intensive over the centuries, too prone to failure past 300 to 400 years, etc. Encapsulated DNA will easily hold 40 plus zettabytes, where projecting for Apollo, there are still many details in funnel. To finalize, of course, to start with, we need to select the inert material in which will embed the molecules already tested for testing 16 candidate materials, as well as design and fabricate the power system in sealed reliquary that will keep the DNA at negative 18 degrees C for 1,000 plus years. So long as I reassure you that it didn't factor into my decision, may I confess that I deem it entirely fitting, indeed, proposition that we will be using the very building blocks of life to preserve human knowledge from mechanized extinction. It's not just ironic, but heroic. Life as the hero beat back the forces of oblivion. In any case, much to do until next time. Peace be with you. Okay, it looks like we've got another data pad here. Hollow update. Over the past 2 months, the full benefit of our procurements of a copy of Homer archive from the far zenith has made itself known, and as a result, all Apollo Keys deliverables are now on schedule. Apollo has already surpassed 40 million discrete data entries and continues to grow. The physical science modules are effectively complete, with soft science modules close behind. World history, cultural data, and media archives are also on schedule. Language preservation is wrapping up a bit ahead of schedule due to the falling short on our goal to preserve 4,500 languages. I suppose the tragic early loss of Papua New Guinea doomed that goal from the onset. With attendant Irakula development about to begin. Speaking of heuristic curricula, they are performing well in testing, with children and adolescents demonstrating high levels of engagement with and trust in Aristotle and Asparagus. Sorry, I'm butchering that one. Persona. Personally, I find highly engaging, especially when they debate. I wish half my professors had been so entertaining. So we can't go through that door. So I'm guessing our next bit is going to be taking these guys out. Quietly as possible. Slowly but surely. Gotta wait until they stop. Or at least... Oh, come on. Game, you shouldn't be doing that to me. Alright, this guy over here is maybe a concern.
Looks like I'm clear.
I do want to kill all these guys because I want to look around here because I think there's some data pads that have some information. Going the wrong direction. I need to have them facing me. Can I not? Why can't I get up there? That was not for him. Yeah, let's see if I can get to this guy. I'm worried that I'm not going to be able to shoot over there. No, I'm going to wait. Oh no, he's... Come on. Seriously, you're going to stop right there?
That's the last of them.
There we go.
Alone once more.
Okay.
What should have been a cave of wonders. Look around. See if anything is left.
Start at the beginning here. Oh. Okay, let's go up here. Here's a data pad.
Dr. Sobek, please archive this testimonial in Apollo. Cross-reference to all mentions of my name and Operation Enduring Victory. My name is General Aaron Harris. From 2060 to 2066, I served as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the highest-ranked officer of the United States Armed Forces. The tenure of my command included strategic planning and oversight of Operation Enduring Victory, a falsehood perpetrated on the civilian populations of the United States and other nations during the last 14 months of life on this planet. Before the Pharaoh Plague, I did my job and did it well. I was bold and decisive, crafty in political maneuvers. It wasn't an accident that I rose to my position and became the commander of the largest mechanized force ever assembled. But to what end? My only lasting achievement was the extinction of life on Earth. And my one redeeming act, if any, was to delay that extinction by days or weeks, by throwing more death at it. It is my hope that there will be no need for men like me in the world.
Well, there you have it.
Welcome to Hades. Zero Dawn's extinction failsafe protocol.
Oh.
The ultimate killer app. Now, I know what you're thinking. The purpose of Gaia is to resurrect life. So why give her a subordinate function, only purpose of which is to wipe out life all over again? I mean, What the? What? Just plumb crazy, ain't it? Well, no, it isn't. Reconstituting a biosphere? That's a tall order. Tech smart as Gaia may be, odds are she won't get it right the first time. I mean, imagine your Gaia 200 years from now and this new biosphere growing, it's all gone wrong. Alkalines are skyrocketing, coniferous forests eroding under the lash of superstorms that would have drowned Noah. It's chaos. Spinning top that won't stop wobbling. Now what are you gonna do?
Interesting.
Release phase 1 organisms into that hot mess? Hope their CO2 and methane can balance out what you got started? Hell no. What you're gonna do, Gaia, is step aside while Hades takes over and does what you're just too darn nurturing and life-loving to do, which is burn that misbegotten mess of a biosphere to the ground so Gaia can start over. Okay, not burn, more like reverse terraforming operations and suffocate it. But you get the idea. Hades takes the biosphere back to zero. Square one, blank slate. And then, only then, does it hand the steering wheel back to Gaia and say, try again, old girl. And better this time, or we'll have to do this again. That's Hades. It's pretty badass when you think about it. Extinction on demand. Death on speed dial. All for the greater good, of course, but still, kind of metal. So welcome to Hades. Welcome to the void.
Okay, so if that's the original purpose of Hades, why does it want me extinct?
We need more data.
And how does it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh Titan, getting worshipped by the Eclipse like some kind of god?
I'm learning as you are, Aloy. Keep searching.
Noise complaints. Travis to Elizabeth. Color me confound, Lizzie. Bash core. Anyone who says the old TT codes to bash core is straight up lying. You know it. Old Trav don't have no truck with commercialized razzle dazzle or razzle dazz. Nuh-uh. Heck, I'd rather guzzle a liter of Citra runoff than listen to Grey Swarm for 30 seconds. And to God and swear on my mama's grave, and she was religious. Nah, that ain't bash code blasting the Hades lab, shaking the walls, rattling folks' teeth. It's death metal, girl. Classic music, 80s and 90s mostly. Got me some Dutch deathcore, some Japanese gore grind, some Swedish cannibal theme stuff too. Stop by if you want to listen. Oh, or heck, just come within 50 meters of the lab. Ain't no bashcore you'll see or hear, rather, in the screech that rends the air, and feel in the throbbing pulse of the floor and walls and ceiling, swallowing you up like was Noah's trapped in the gullet of the Gothic deathfish. Hallelujah! As for those requests to turn it down, no can do, Lizzie. This was how I code. Turn down my death metal? Might as well give up stimulants, chocolate malts, and industrial accident bits. Last I heard, we was supposed to be coding Hades down here. Am I really supposed to be the code of Extinction Protocol without death metal to inspire me? Nah, I don't think so. Stay cool, Trav. That was a really cool data pad. That was funny. We got another Trav here. Kate here, just popping 3 blues, but I earned it. Finally figured out Goldilocks' solution to Gaia's rather extreme executive order, or executive authority. If that ain't worth 10 to 12 hours of dream time, what is? Before this, every usurpation of a protocol I designed failed in simulation because it was either too hard or too soft. Too hard, and it degrade the Gaia core. Sure, it pried her figurative fingers off the figurative driving wheel so Hades could take control, but by breaking her fingers, sometimes her arms too. So that couldn't fly. Everything depended on Gaia taking control back after Hades done the business. So I had to find a solution that didn't leave Gaia any worse than to wear. Too soft, and Gaia would only pretend to relinquish control. In simulations after simulations, Hades would take command of the terraforming system, reverse operations, only to have Gaia lurk in the background, quietly reversing processes and falsifying telemetry to hide its interference. Sneaky, I swear. Ain't nothing Gaia wouldn't do to keep life going, even if it was just simulating plant life. Turns out that just right solution is to isolate Gaia in a protective code shell, preventing its integrity, then unsealing it from command position so Hades can slip into the figurative captain's chair and work its magic. Those blues are coming on strong now, so not really describing it so clear. He's taking drugs, but pretty sure it will work. Yeah, those blues are pretty strong stuff. Guess it's time to sleep and bed. I'll back to it tomorrow, alligators. So he's falling asleep from his drugs. Fantastic. Oh, we got another Travis here. So Saminia, is that her name? It's a Travis Tate. She's CCing Elizabeth Sobek. Archive abuse. Mr. Tate. This mail concerns Apollo Archive Submission 23876 from 666. Submission in just 5 days, and oh, what a doozy. Despite earlier warnings, inappropriate materials, you chose to submit 265 holographic remasters of a knowledge classic of extreme exploitation cinema. Allow me then to thank you on 2 counts. 1, for giving me the pleasure of rejecting your submission, thereby consigning your favorite Eastern European torture flicks and their ilk to the dust heap of oblivion. It truly warms my heart to know that I've saved the future humanity from ordeal of experiencing not just one, but all 16 installments of making a millipede. Don't worry, the Thessaloniki material has already been preserved. Extreme, perhaps, but art. 2, for classifying a concept that has long been ambiguous and ethically fraught for archivists such as myself, and the definition of obscenity. You freed me from the subject quagmire embodied in Judge Potter's famous utterance, "I know it when I see it." Thanks to you, I now apply a single objective criterion. If Travis Tate submitted it, it's obscene. Accordingly, I have directed Apollo staff to summarily reject all of your future submissions, sight unseen. Perhaps you might invest the time you would have spent preparing further submissions on, I don't know, your assigned work? We have a world to save after all, and the rest of us do anyway. So he was asking for some pretty questionable stuff.
Looks like the only way onwards.
Welcome to Eleuthia, the crown and king of Gaia's subordinate functions. For it is by Eleuthia that the human race will continue to exist. I am Patrick Brochard-Klein,
the Alpha in charge of this program. Now, let one thing be perfectly clear from the outset. Eleuthia is not a genetic engineering project. Our goal is to preserve the human genome, not alter it. A snapshot of human genetic diversity, literally frozen in time. The genetic quintessence of our species, unmodified. Under my watch, our activities and initiatives will comply with the 2034 clone provisions and the 2048 Rally Accords. Now that may seem a quaint, even trivial concern to you in light of present circumstances, but as one of the authors of the Accords, it is far from trivial to me. The practical challenges before us are staggering in scope and complexity, but not insurmountable. No. Global collation and provisional storage of zygotes, perfection of exogenic technologies, design and perfection of servitors to provide nurture and inculcation during early child development. All of these program components must and will proceed in tandem. To say nothing of the breakneck construction of cradle facilities at sites around the world. So, si vous êtes prêts, let us begin.
All right. The FZ chambers. Patrick to Elizabeth. The exogenic chambers arrived 2 days ago. I've spent the last 36 hours examining them and poring over technical documentation. They're a revelation. Astounding. I don't know what you had to give Far Zenith in trade to get these chambers, but is worth it. In a single leap, their embryologists have vaulted past 50 years of technological shortcomings. The risk of ECMO resolved. Nutrition delivery resolved. Hormonal stability resolved. 12 other risk areas resolved. Before I examine these chambers, I consider the Odyssey to be fool's errand. But in the rest of FZ's technology is at this level, well, a human colony around Sirius doesn't seem so impossible after all. Mass fabrication of the chambers will prevent a number of challenges, but I'm confident they can be resolved. I am going to rest for a few hours, then get back to it. Expect a fabrication plan within 48 hours. Alright, I've seen another data pad over here. So Patrick to Elizabeth again. Cradle Servitor persona. Development of the artificial persona for Cradle Servitors, nurturers, disciplinary, healer, continues at a good pace. We are targeted Turing 0.4 for these constructs. This should allow low-grade empathy and limited improvisions without undermining adherence to codified behavior sets. The stimulus-driven switching of persona, however, is proving to be a greater software challenge than anticipated. Especially concernings are entrenched feedback loops between disciplinary and the healer persona. I have also attached the reports from the incident where servitude running a mother persona intervened on a disciplinary servitor behavior, a parental argument, if you will. Amusing on first glance, perhaps, but deeply concerning. I've attached a comprehensive plan of correcting these interactive protocol shortcomings and just data corrupt. Wow. So these are... This right here is where they would house or basically produce young, right?
Can't carry more.
Okay, let's look at this data pad. Cradle sealed. Eleutheriana 01 was successfully sealed before the swarm advanced across Xinjiang province. Xinjiang province could detect it. Ping back from critical system is good for our median voyage a success. Regardless, my disputes with the betas over Zeget's selection, of course. I understand we have limited overhead to run simulations on gene flow in our future humans, but we can all agree there is a margin for refinement in our future cradle population. DONC, Dunk. In addition to personally overseeing completion of Elysium O2 site inside Mount Numalai? I don't know what that mountain is. Mountain Namolui. I will formulate and propose a modified Ziget selection plan within a week. I think that was all the data pads in here, so...
Cradle facilities. Elizabeth said a new generation of humans would be spawned inside such places.
She did.
All Mother Mountain. It was one of them?
There's only one way to be sure.
The hatch wouldn't open. Something about a corrupted alpha registry. I need to search Elizabeth's office.
Alright, so it's instructing me, since I already have the shard, that my inventory's full, that I should go ahead and try to disassemble or go back and try to make some money. So I'll get my shards, or at least half my shards. So give me a second here. I'm going to clean up my inventory just a second before we move on. Yeah, clean up the box, or the inventory a little bit.
Forget about traveling light.
Yeah. Bet we're gonna see more shadow in here. Nope.
Looks like it used to hold something. Some component that got removed.
Nuts would benefit from antilopine morphologies, though caprid forms show superior load-bearing capability.
You're a quick study, Gaia.
Dr. Sobek, as I have conducted this comparative analysis of mammalian morphologies, I've gathered extensive data on the quaternary extinction event.
Oh? And your assessment? Gaia?
Logically speaking, the extinction was a natural consequence.
And yet,
I find the loss of megafaunal species unaccountably sad. That they passed forever into oblivion causes me to experience a grief that is difficult to describe. Am I malfunctioning?
No, Gaia, you're not. This is good. It's very good.
I don't know if that's very good. Oh.
You will undergo a brief period of unconsciousness during relocation to Prime and final instatement.
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
When you're back up and running at the new site, we'll bring the subordinate functions online and see where we stand.
Elizabeth, I detect distress. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
I realize that circumstances compel us to launch earlier than we hoped, but all subsystems are operational. The odds stand in our favor.
But what if... Gaia, there's nothing left out there. You can't even survive unless you're wearing an environmental suit. There are billions dead, in fear and agony. What if it was all for nothing?
Elizabeth, extinction was inevitable. Thanks to you, life will have a future.
You really believe that?
I believe in you, Elizabeth. In you, all things.
Wow. I have a feeling that we are the DNA that they used for the new individuals, the new people that they were using the machine, is Elizabeth, and we are the first, and that is why Hades is trying to haul us or kill us, because we weren't supposed to. Maybe we weren't supposed to. Maybe there's a fight between Gala and Hades.
Pure logic won't cut it, Ted. To pull this off, Gaia's going to need to have some skin in the game. It has to care.
What if it runs amok? Have we learned nothing from our mistakes?
Your mistakes, I think you mean?
All I'm saying is give it a kill switch.
She was just born, Ted. I'm not gonna put a gun to her head while she's still in the cradle.
You talk like it's a child. What if it becomes a monster?
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
Of course, Gaia, go on.
I'm sorry to contradict you, but Mr. Farrow's argument is sound. At this point, the development of my psyche is not entirely predictable. To ensure preservation of life, a hardwired override is, I believe, a necessary safeguard.
There. Satisfied, Ted?
Geez, Liz, just do what it says.
Did someone get a hold of that, maybe? And that's why Gala is... I don't know. Alright, guys, I'm going to have to end this episode here. We'll continue with part 3 coming up real soon. If you guys are new here, make sure you guys hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. As well as don't forget to check out the Skyrim series that's also going on. And if you want to support the channel even further, check out my Patreon. See you guys part 3. Have a great day. Bye now.